Welcome to another edition of Rocky Top Rundown, your one-stop shop for everything Tennessee athletics. I'm Katie Taylor.
And I'm Eric Woods.
The 10th ranked Tennessee Lady Vols volleyball team hosted number 23 Kentucky in a home match at Thompson Bowling Arena at Food City Center. Let's go to the court for the highlights. UT starts the game off with this nice kill from Morgan Fingal, who leads the team with 254 kills on the season. Moving on with the Tennessee trailing 8-6, Granberry gets stuffed at the net to extend the Kentucky lead. We go later in the first set, Kentucky extends its lead with a light tap over the net. Set point for Kentucky, and they will take the set with a block from Emma Grom, who takes advantage of the out-of-position Lady Vols front row. The Lady Vols start off on the right foot in the second set with a rocket from Keandra Granberry. Lady Vols now up 4, and they will extend their lead with an ace from Caroline Kerr. Kentucky claws back in the second set, now tied at 7 apiece, and grabs the lead with a kill to the back row. Tennessee still trailing by 3, the Wildcats will extend their lead with a block and Vols can't recover. Kentucky up 4 now, but Morgan Fingal flies high to keep the Lady Vols close with the kill. Kentucky at set point, and the ace from Ashlyn King keeps UT in the game.
Still at set point for Kentucky, but the miss hit from Reagan Rutherford ties up the set, with the Lady Vols having survived 6 straight set points. Kentucky back at set point, and the hit from Fingal grazes the antenna, and Kentucky takes the second set. Into the third set, with UT up by 2, Lovett gets a great kill to put the Vols back up by 3. The Lady Vols now up by 4, and a great defensive effort from Janasia Moore keeps the ball up for a kill by Lovett. The Lady Vols down 1, and boom, headshot. Moore gets a hard kill to tie the set. UT now with a 1-point lead, and Erica Lovett will extend it to 2. Moving forward in the match, and Kentucky has regained a 2-point lead, which Getzinger makes it a 3-point game with this kill. UT with a chance here to tie the game up, and they do with a Janasia Moore kill. Now at match point for Kentucky, Fingal will tie it with the teams at 24 for the second straight set. Back and forth, Lady Vols now a set point, but a kill from Teeler ties the set back up, and we move forward. Janasia Moore gets shut down to take the game for Kentucky. The Lady Vols were so close in 2 sets, but unable to take control at home. The game was only the second loss of the season for the Lady Vols, and their first loss both at the Food City Center and in conference play. The Lady Vols will look to bounce back this Friday with a home match against Arkansas. We now go down to Rocky Top Rundown reporter Katie Mack, who got some inside information on a certain upcoming rivalry game.
Thanks, guys. This past Sunday, I got some exclusive interviews with 3 Vol football players looking back on the most recent win and previewing this coming weekend showdown with the Alabama Crimson Tide. Let's check it out.
I'm Josh Tuberville. I'm a kicker and I'm a sophomore.
I'm Titus Rohr. I play tight end and I'm a redshirt freshman.
Jackson Ross, punter, sophomore.
The Vols beat the Texas A&M Aggies this past weekend at home, and I asked the boys how they think this win will help boost the team's confidence on the way to Tuscaloosa.
Boosted it a lot, especially showing that we have each other's backs. Whenever the offense is not doing well, our defense can come in and help, and then same with special teams.
I think it boosted our confidence a lot because in the SEC this year there's really no teams setting themselves apart. All teams in the SEC right now have a lot of talent, a lot of skill. So if you can go out and just find a way to win every single Saturday, you're in a good spot.
I think the win was really good yesterday. Great environment at Neyland, and I think
Turbyville, a Knoxville native, then described what the third Saturday in October means to him and what it was like beating the Crimson Tide at home for the first time since 2006 last fall.
It means a lot to me. Growing up a Tennessee fan, I've always kind of hated Alabama, had that hate with last year and everything. You can see how big it is for the fans and everyone who's watching. It meant a lot to us. It had been a while since we had beaten Alabama, so it was definitely big to show that we can compete with the best.
Even though noticeably weaker than past seasons, Alabama football will still prove to be a challenge. And I asked what they think it would take to beat Alabama in Tuscaloosa.
I mean, it's Alabama, so every year they're going to be good. Even if it's a down year, they're still going to be one of the top teams in the nation. So it's going to take a lot because their fans are going to be, and them are going to be coming for blood from last year. So it's going to take a lot. It's going to take everyone.
I think it'll take a full team to show up and beat them. They're well coached. They obviously have a lot of athletes. Alabama's always been known to have a good football program. But I think if the entire team shows up in all three phases of the game, we'll have a really good shot to get down there and win.
Yeah, it'll obviously be a very hostile environment and stuff like that, so if we can start strong and keep our foot on the gas, I think we'll give ourselves a great chance and hopefully eliminate their crowd early in the game.
Well, that's all for today. Go Vols! And this is Katie Mack reporting. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Katie. In honor of the third Saturday of October, we will be breaking down the Vols' upcoming matchup with the 11th ranked Crimson Tide in a special edition of Talkin' Tennessee.
And introduce your new head football coach, Josh Heupel.
What an awesome day for myself and our family.
This is when the river ran the other way for Tennessee. This is when things started going our way in Knoxville. You beat Nick Saban for the second year in a row if you're Josh Heupel. Think about just the flag plant that would be for the trajectory of the Tennessee program, and think about what that would mean for what he's already done at Tennessee to this point.
The third Saturday in October, what a storied rivalry. The rivalry stands at 15-1 in the last 16 years in the favor of Alabama. The one win was last year at Tennessee in Neyland Stadium. The Vols won 52-49 in an absolute thriller where Chase McGrath hit a game-winning field goal to close the game. And this game, it looks a lot different this year. I mean, first of all, it is at Bryant-Denny Stadium, which has not been kind to Tennessee. I don't know the exact stat, but I know Tennessee hasn't won there often. And then you have two different quarterbacks, Joe Milton and Jalen Milroe, who are not Hendon Hooker and Bryce Young. So it's going to look a little different. What do we think about that?
I agree. Like what you said, Bryant-Denny Stadium, Alabama fans, hostile as we know it. Tennessee, similar to that, but not on the receiving end. Neyland, they're used to playing in Neyland. They're used to the fans, the energy. I think if Tennessee is able to just kind of control their pace, keep it to what they know what to do, then Tennessee will be able to handle that certain environment.
And then Tennessee under Josh Heupel has shown its struggles on the road. They've been about as good as could be at home, but I mean, you look at the three games that come to mind are last year against Georgia, then we have South Carolina, and then we have Florida this year, and it wasn't really close, and it was just an ugly game. So I mean, 5-5 on the road since Heupel was here, and you can't help but worry about this Tennessee team and how they perform on the road. So, and you look and Joe Milton, he didn't look good in that Florida game. He didn't play awful, and then you look, he doesn't have a lot of momentum coming into this game. 100 yards in the game against Texas A&M, and 100 yards is actually the lowest total of passing yards under Josh Heupel. So that is cause for concern. So what are we looking for from Joe Milton in this game?
I think we need to see Joe just control the offense a little bit more, control the pace that they go at. Obviously, they play at a very high rate, and he should be used to that with him being in the quarterback position now for however many games into the season. I think if they're able to control the pace, especially Joe, if he's able to get a couple passing yards, hit the receivers, obviously don't have Jalen Hyatt like we did last year who had 5 touchdowns against Alabama, but if he's able to connect with his receivers, make those passes, not rely on the run game so much, I think the run game will set the tone in the beginning, but with two defenses that are powerhouses, you can't really rely on that for the whole game. So I would like to see Joe just connect with his receivers more and just run the offense a little bit better.
I mean, powerhouse defenses, you mentioned that, and Bama has 26 sacks on the season, and I think that ranks third in the nation. And then Tennessee, you have 24 sacks, 4th in the nation. So it's not going to be easy, and I don't think that Tennessee's run game will necessarily struggle, but as Texas A&M showed, they rushed for I think 261 yards, and it still wasn't it wasn't a blowout. It took an interception in the final 2 drives, and so I mean, you can't help but wonder what the game plan's going to look like. But to win this game, you're going to have to see a good game out of Joe Milton. Last week, Joe Milton hasn't had a great game all season, but he hasn't costed the Vols any games until it looked like he could on Texas A&M. It didn't, but on the road, that's just not going to cut it. So I mean, you look and the red zone success just wasn't there. You need to find that, and there's just a lot we need to see out of this Tennessee team. But talent is not the issue here. It's just execution. So with that, what do we think the score is going to be?
Obviously, last year, high-scoring game came down to a final field goal. I think it's going to be a little more different this year. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game, still tight. I have Tennessee 27-24.
And I am not a homer, and I will choose Alabama 30-21.
Well, you've heard what we've had to say and what the players said. But what about the fans? Our own Andrew Smith went out to find out what Vols fans think of the Crimson Tide.
Thanks, guys. Today we're here at the Student Union asking people about the big game this weekend. Let's hear what they have to say. So what is your name and what year are you in school?
Hi, I'm Benjamin Beerley, and I'm a junior here at the University, Tennessee Knoxville.
My name's Abby, and I'm a freshman.
AJ, and I'm a junior in high school.
Do you have any idea who Tennessee football is playing this weekend?
Bama, Crimson Tide, yep.
Alabama.
Bama.
What are your thoughts on the University of Alabama?
I really don't like them.
Why is that the case?
I don't know. I feel like it just has a bad rep, and they always win. Give someone else a chance.
Terrible.
Were you at the game last year? Did you see the game last year?
I watched the game, yes, but I wasn't here.
Nah, unfortunately not, but yeah, I'm kind of regretting that. But, I'm excited for the Orange team here. We're gonna give them a good show.
Did you see the game last year, and what did you think of Tennessee in that game?
It's gonna happen again this year.
So what's your final score prediction then?
Oh, let's go. Man, I think it might be battle defense. I think it might be a low scoring. Maybe I'm saying 21-14 Tennessee.
What is your final score prediction on the game on Saturday?
It's gonna be close. 35-30. Yep.
Tennessee or Alabama winning?
Tennessee.
What do you think the final score will be on Saturday?
I'm thinking it's going to be close. I'm going to go 27-20 us.
As you can see, students are feeling optimistic for this one on the 3rd Saturday of October. For Rocky Top Rundown, I'm Andrew Smith.
Thanks, Andrew. Members of the Tennessee men's tennis team traveled to Chattanooga Thursday for the ITA Ohio Valley Regional Championships. Junior Chris Lee and freshman James Newton and Philip Appletower all competed in the 4-day event against 22 other teams. Lee won 4 games over the weekend, including a perfect day 3 where he went undefeated. Newton had plenty of success in singles, going 3-1, but lost both of his doubles matches.
Appletower also lost both of his doubles matches, but he did win 4 of his singles matches. The Vols finished the weekend with 11 wins and went undefeated on the singles court on day 3. Up next, the members of the squad will head out west for the M15 Las Vegas, which will wrap up on October 22nd. And that'll do it for this edition for Rocky Top Rundown. I'm Eric Woods.
And I'm Katie Taylor. Thank you for watching, and we will see you next time.